Hi everybody. I'm just waiting a few minutes to get started because I have so many announcements to make, and I really want to make sure that there's a couple people on. So many announcements. Okay. There's a couple people on. So many announcements. Okay. So I just wanted to show you this really cool picture that I finally finished with my cross stitch, and that I know a lot of you saw my Maleficent picture that I finished. That stupid thing took me what felt like months to finish, and now I have this one that only took me like 4 days. Isn't that wild? Anyway, I just wanted to show that to you because I'm so proud that it's done. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with it. All right, there's that. Okay, it's Wednesday at 2. I have tons of announcements. The first thing I want to say is I wrote them all down because there's so much happening with Close to My Heart right now. It is crazy how busy Close to My Heart has been. And so first, there's a new catalog. It is coming out for November, December. It started shipping October 14th. And so that means that many of you will get it before the end of the month. And I don't know what is happening with the Postal Service, but it does seem like sometimes there are people who don't get it well into November. But I just wanted to show this to you because it is so cool. And you know, this one will end, but I suspect that a lot of the things inside will still be available online. One of the things that I really wanted to focus on just for a moment, I'm not going to show you the whole new catalog this week, but you know, this is the paper pack Comfort and Joy that is in the current catalog. It's your traditional reds and greens. And I also wanted to show you the new paper pack for Christmas called Jingle Joy. Come on. Okay. And it is, I didn't put my light on in here. I'm sorry, it's kind of dark. But these colors are more kind of what I would call modern-y. There's black with green and red with pink. It uses the raspberry and flamingo, which is more of a dark pink, light pink, instead of red and green, like the bold red and green. So that gives you the two basic options for making Christmas things. There's also a wintry themed paper pack in here, and it's in this bluebell color, but I am going to kind of hold off on showing that. I think I will show, I would really like to hear comments from everybody whether you would want to see this catalog next week before the month is out or the first week in November. I usually wait till the first week in November to show you things, but with Christmas coming up and people working on projects, I thought maybe you'd want to see it earlier. Okay, so there's number 1, new catalog. Number 2, VIP. Thank you to all of you who have so far signed up for as a VIP member. Remember, it costs $35 a year, but you get a $25 credit, and for the whole rest of this, until a year away from when you sign up, you will get 15% off of all your purchases as a product credit And that credit is something you can spend right away, or it's something that you can save up and use all at once as a big credit. So thank you. You don't have to be a VIP customer. I understand what that means, that you're willing to, it's actually a really good deal, but you're willing to sign up with me as a VIP. That means a lot to me. Okay, next, events. Whoa, baby, there are a lot of events. Starting today at 3 o'clock, our time, is the Got Candy event. Now, Got Candy, they put out a design guide yesterday. I've already started digging into mine. That's why there are so many stickers missing and papers missing. But basically, they have a whole workshop that they're going to be doing online, and of course there will be some free drawings, so even if you can't attend, say that you are, so that you're in the running for some drawings. Remember last week I made the little treat box. I haven't busted into it because I'm not out of candy yet. And I've been playing around with making some layouts. Let me see if I can raise this up a little bit, because I feel like I can't even see a whole 12 by 12 page. Hold on a minute. Okay, so I made like a 2-page layout. This one, I thought this was really fun because I used the window die cuts. I know you're probably sick of that. You guys are probably like, oh my God, please, please stop using these window die cuts. But I couldn't help it, and I made like little purple shingles and kind of like a house. I thought that was really cute. And we did a lot. We had, probably 8 people there or so. And so we had a lot of little pumpkins. I cut them out along the bottom and used them like an embellishment. I thought that was fun. And then I put a couple of people in the window in their costumes. I thought that was funny too. Page 2, I just made to coordinate. And I know, that's me and Steve. Can you believe that? That was fun. I always try to do something crazy and creative every year. Anyway, so we had a really good time that last year, and I used up some of my stickers and some of my things from Got Candy. I wasn't going to buy this set because I have so much Halloween paper because I'm such a sucker for it, but oh well. The accordion book, this Saturday, free. Please attend. This is what an accordion book looks like. This is the back edge. And if Pam Millis watches this on like a replay, this is what I did with her Mizahiki cord. She wondered what I was going to do with that. I paid a whole 25 cents for it at her garage sale. Anyway, so this is what an accordion book looks like. And it's basically, I made one here with the Christmas paper. Hi Margie, hi Heather. And basically, on this one I used, there's 10 sheets of cardstock. I tried to keep it all coordinating so you can see it's like red, green, white, and black. And then I used a pattern pack of paper just for, you know, decoration. And then I used a sticker sheet, and I tried to use up a sticker sheet. That was a challenge. I don't use the big, obviously giant like titles and things on it, but just imagine, this is so cool. And you could do this with any paper pack that you have sitting around. And you know, I've shown you my Murphy book like 1,000 times now. So these are really nice, and this is what we're going to do Saturday morning at 9. I would love for you to join us. I don't care if you just pop on and watch. It is going to be in a meeting room. It's not going to be recorded, but if there's enough people interested in attending or that missed it and want to see how it's made, I could probably show this in a live. It doesn't take very long, surprisingly. The thing that takes so long is the actual decorating, because once you have your pictures, we all know that as scrapbookers, putting the pages together is so fast until you start putting, you know, the pictures on. Album retreats, that is going to be my topic of the day, but I wanted to announce to you that, oh my gosh, close to my heart, has just announced that they are going to, they have pre-scheduled four album retreats this year, and they are, sorry, my cat is over here driving me crazy. Okay, and the next one is going to be in January, which means the sign up is coming up in November, and I will put more information on that a little later, but it is expensive. It's $250, but I'm going to show you what you get, and you can decide if you think it's worth it. The other thing I wanted to show you that is so cool is, so close to my heart, if you go under the lines and click on promotions, there's a new promotion called Moments Like These. And Moments Like These is the big calendar promotion. It is a huge calendar kit. You get 13 individual 12 by 12 pages that make up a calendar. And you can purchase this bundle in a variety of different ways. November 5th. Thank you, Stephanie. Okay, so you can purchase it as just, they're like cut above kits. Everything is cut. All you need is adhesive, pictures, and a pen to journal with if you even want to journal. So you get like all of these as like paper kits that are put together. So you can buy it with or without the calendar kit, and you can, or you can purchase the whole kit and caboodle, which has also a, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that yet, which also has a stamp set. So I want you to get online, because what's hard to see on my iPad is they have the different pages online. Remember, these are singles. If you have a stash of cardstock, like most of us do, you can make a second page, and you could make this easily into an album with 2-page layouts. Aren't these pretty? Oh my gosh. I think these are great. So the whole thing with the stamp set is $50, which is very, very reasonable. If you don't want the calendar and you don't want the actual stamp set, it's a lot cheaper. And so there's that. I also wanted to show you, I've been messing around with this. So, you know, as the Hostess Club, I sent out this layout, Bloom with Grace, with the sunflowers, and I just wanted to show you what I did with it. These letters are not close to my heart. I just had some of those thicklet type thickers or whatever, and I'm very lazy if I don't have all my stamps out in front of me. So anyway, I just thought that was fun. The sunflower farm is literally 3 blocks from my house. So we've gone over there several times and we took our pictures. It's been a really hot spot this year. Okay. Let me see. What questions have we had so far? Oh, Heather, the shingles on the Got Candy. Let me pull that back over. I took like a 1.5 inch strip of paper, and I just chopped them up wonky, and then I edged it in black, and I glued them in layers. I used a little foam tape, that's why they look dimensional, but not too much. I don't like to use too thick of foam tape most of the time. I do use it, just the other event that I have, I really want to start doing like a class of some sort every month, and this perpetual calendar is awesome. So it's, you know, I showed it before, and basically it's 12 different pages, one for every month, and you decorate it, and then you put on, you know, everybody's birthday or anniversary, or, you know, whatever special occasions you have. If you purchase, now a lot of people like to decorate this as, you know, January, they might put snow, February hearts or Valentine's, and decorate it for the month. I want to make the whole thing sort of celebration themed. And so if you buy the perpetual calendar and the party time paper pack and sticker sheet, you don't have to buy all the cardstock, just the paper and stickers, I will send you a piece of wood paper that we're going to use to cover the back. So that's why I had that little piece of wood to remind me next to it, to remind me to tell you that. And I'm also going to send you some cardstock and some stamped images to go with this. And then we will make this as like a group together on like a Saturday morning or something. And each page will be sort of celebration themed. And we're going to do this in November. So if you're going to join us on this, you need to get ordering. I put down November 14th as my date for that, which, you know, so if you order by that first week in November, you should be okay. I'm excited about that because the calendar itself is a really cool present for somebody, but my personal calendar that I had before got used at work, and when I left work, I forgot to take it. So it's still at work. Okay, I want to show you the November stamp of the month because it is awesome. It's like I need something white. Sorry, I just flung all my little parts and pieces. There you go. Isn't it cute? It's wishing you a cozy holiday. You warm my heart. It has all these. Now, the weird thing, I've been playing with this a lot. So I have a lot of little pieces and parts cut out. I've been, you know, cutting out the cups and the whipped cream. Isn't that cute? I thought I could. I've done a whole lot of little peppermint sticks, and I thought I could even cut a slit in and slide them like behind it, you know, or I could just cut it off and glue it on to the thing. But I have been really playing with this a lot, trying to figure out the best way. Cutting these out is not a big deal. It took like no time, which I hate cutting stuff like that out. The interesting thing is these little pieces like this fit perfectly. They are the image that's on the mug, see? So you could do something with that. That was not fun to cut out. But, or you can make, a lot of people are using those as borders and things. So, for example, that and look, you know, that and that and that and that kind of match. And you can see the other images right here fit right there with the cup. And so they all look like they all coordinate and everything, but it is not easy to stamp them that way. And I wouldn't even think about it, but I would make a really cool kind of Scandinavian style border or something in order to like make a cool card or something. Anyway, I am definitely going to play this with this. I would rather take a marker though and color the images in than to try to line up those stamps. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to show you that because this stamp of the month is one of my favorites for a long time. Okay. What's next? The calendar kit. Oh, well, see, I showed it to you early. The other thing I wanted to mention is for our club in 2021, you don't have to be a VIP, but you'll certainly gain more if you do. We will order every other month, starting in January, March, May, July, September, November. And then each month, you'll get one person will get an opportunity to be like the hostess, even though it's not really a hostess. But I'm going to keep calling it that because we all know what that means. It means you get free stuff. So you'll get an additional $25 in product of your choice and a 50% off item. So I would love for you to if you bring someone into my club, or if you bring a friend and have them sign up as a VIP, I have a special bonus present for you. And so I want you to consider that, because I'm not very good about branching out and advertising myself, and I really rely on word of mouth. So you guys are the people who I rely on heavily for that. If you know somebody who's interested, send them my way. Okay. I am out of breath. All right, let's talk about the album retreat. So this album retreat, I want you to see how many pages we did. Basically, gosh, I can't remember the exact number. There were like 2 or 3 single layouts and several 2-page layouts, but you can see it's pretty thick. Of course, some of that is foam tape because I probably went through like all of my retirement in foam tape. But it really would fill an album. What I did with mine, I'll show you here in a minute. In addition to all of the papers, so for each page, you get a Ziploc baggie full of, all the little parts and pieces that you need to make that page. But in addition, we got this really cool stencil. Let me see if I can show it against something darker. See what's laying here on my... So this one had snowflakes, stars, lines, the word magic, and they made it into a circle because on a couple of the pages they actually used the circle as a guide. And so this is something that was kind of neat. And Close to My Heart does sell the stencil film now, so that if you have a Cricut or a thin cut or whatever, you can make your own stencils. So that was kind of a neat thing. You also got a pack of stickles, which is glitter glue, and we used it, I think, quite literally on every page. This stamp set is part of the Comfort and Joy, where you got all of these images plus the thin cuts. So that is a really nice pack. We got this banner set. It's kind of hard to see, but the alphabets with the thin cuts and the banners. And it's hard to see because I always cut out so many extras and have them there. But then you have these like kind of background pieces for your banners. So that was a really nice set. And I'm surprised how much we used it, because alphabet sets, are a little time consuming. And then they made a stamp set that was specifically for this album retreat, and it had 2 sets to it. So this set, which I really like, I'm surprised how much I like it, but it has a little of everything. It's got greenery, messages, snowflakes, ornaments, trees, presents, labels. I'm like, okay, I think I can do that. And then in addition, though, they gave us this fa la la with the houses and leaves, and a couple of really large messages. So that's exciting, right? So we got those, the stickles, that. I can't remember. Stephanie was there. Maybe you can remember something else. But so this is what they called the title page. And basically for me, this was my least favorite page because first of all, it's a single page. I tend to scrapbook in a double layout, you know, 2-page layout form. But then when I went back in time, and I'm talking into the 1970s, because look at that, my mom used to sew our dresses. Ha! But it was perfect because I had 3 pictures from this Christmas, and that was it. And it was like, okay, done. I've had these pictures in my pile for such a long time, had no idea what I was going to do with it. And then this one, I just went back. I did not do any one Christmas all at once. I just pulled pictures from my stash that I've been dreading doing, basically, and put them on here. Look how beautiful this is. This was all, you know, we used that circle stencil to make the rounded edge. We used stickers, we used stickles, we used die cuts, did the title. I mean, that is a really gorgeous page for the plain Jane pictures that I put on it. And then page 2 is similar. Now, page 2 actually goes like this, okay? But when I got my pictures, so all my pictures from this Christmas were horizontal. So I flipped it, and I did a flip flap here, and I just turned it. It still looks nice, and nobody but me is probably gonna be oohing and awing over these anyway. Ha! Okay. This one I really love because, do you remember last week or week before when I showed you that technique where you use distress oxides and you flick water on it and it makes like a little pattern on the paper? That's basically what we did. We also used distress oxides on little wood shapes, which is really fun. And I had one picture of my grandma in her old farmhouse kitchen, and it was on Christmas Day, and so I used it on this picture. And what I'm going to put here is her noodle recipe, because I wrote this whole story about how my grandma always made noodles just for me, and she always made extras just for me. Okay, the next 2-page layout is when it looks like this, and it says "Oh So Merry." And I again went back in time. Obviously, Jen is a baby, and my husband looks like he only weighs 130 pounds, and so this is really cool. But this is how I finished it, and this is in the background again, distress oxides on pattern paper, and I just think it turned out nice. And I added a lot of flip flaps to my layouts because I didn't want to mess up the decoration. Excuse me. I still have a cough left over a little bit from my surgery, so I'm getting rid of it, but geesh. Anyway, the flip flaps, I think, allow me to add extra pictures without messing up all the coolness that we added during this album retreat. Okay, the next page is a 2-page layout, so you can't see 2 pages on my screen very well. This is gorgeous, and when I first finished the album retreat, I think this was my favorite layout, but then I felt like I needed to have a whole album of this theme because I like to have like all of my pictures from the Chile side this year to be on the same paper. And this wasn't enough for any one big gorgeous event. So I had to go back in time, and oh my gosh, do you remember Polaroids? I remember the year I got my Polaroid camera, and so I just want to show you, there I am with my braces. Oh my God. Anyway, but So this is old, but these are just old pictures of my other grandmother's house back in time. Here is a single page. This is one of the single page layouts. There weren't a lot of them, but if you're somebody who doesn't do single page layouts, it'll drive you crazy. But this one was easy to duplicate and would be super easy to add a second page to, because really these are just little squares cut and glued on. The actual album retreat page was a quilted star where they cut these in half and used the triangles to make a really cool page. Maybe Stephanie, you can post yours. I don't know if Denise, have you had a chance to do yours yet? That's the other option, but I did mine in squares and I added flip flaps because I know it's weird, but I really didn't want my journaling to mess up this page. I love the colors of this page, and I didn't want to cover it all up with pictures. And look how fun that is. I just love it. I love that whole thing. It was so much fun to make. I feel like I could make 100 pages like this now because this is cool. Okay, now I'm getting into my absolute favorites of the album retreat. So this is a 2-page layout, and it had little dots. We did 12 numbers. We made these little envelopes using the Bluebell paper, and immediately at first I was like, well, I could do, like, it's called Christmas Traditions. So I thought, well, right away I thought I can do different ornaments that are traditional for me, but I think I'm going to do those in one of those accordion books because I have so many handmade sentimental ornaments on our tree that my mother has made and stuff. So what I did here instead was I talked about the food, I talked about me and my dad doing our yards, and I put the story in here but the picture down here. I talked about my sister and I going to Lamb's Farm every year, having family get-togethers, the handmade ornaments and stockings. I talked about the decoration, Christmas cards, going down Candlestick Lane, presents, seeing Santa, and baking cookies. And I talked about the gingerbread houses, and I think I might add another picture there of my Lego gingerbread because I switched from baking gingerbread to making Legos. So this turned out to be one of my favorite pages, even though it's not my favorite page. It was certainly not my favorite, but it was my favorite idea. And the other thing is when they showed their version of this green paper, they had it flipped over to the other side, and I liked how the green made it look more Christmassy. So when you're doing the album retreats, you have that ability to do whatever you want, of course. I mean, it's yours, but you can tweak it. I almost did not do the Bluebell envelopes. I almost didn't do them because I thought that color just pulls away from it. But it turns out I really like it. All right, this was the other single page in, I think there were 3 total single pages, and this was one of them. I love this page. I may make this my, I'm going to put this into my 12 by 12 frame. I'm going to put it up this year at Christmas on my wall because I love it so much. And it was so easy. I can't believe it. And I love how it turned out. And it was so fun to make. And I tweaked this and made it my own by using a much bigger picture. They were using like a 3x4 with a flip flap. And this picture, I don't know, just pardon me. God, probably have to rest my voice for a while. But we, you know, this picture just fit the colors and stuff for me. So I just loved it. So, and then this one said, so bright, and I had it say merry and bright. So I tweaked it just a little, but it turned out so cool. And I covered up, I'm so bummed, there's a star under there that I had to cover up in order to use the bigger picture. If I had known ahead of time, but that's okay. Okay, the next layout. This one is not one of my favorites. It's pink, for one thing. It's pink. But it was really fun to make. And it says deck the halls. And I've had this particular stack of photos in my stash now forever. This is from 1986. So this was the year my husband and I got married. We honestly, a lot of people that are in these pictures are no longer alive, which is really sad. But I really thought these pictures looked really nice with this paper. And it was really fun. We did a lot of distress inks and stamping and just kind of made it special. And it was really interesting to see online when you sign up for an album retreat, they have a special Facebook group, and that group posts pictures of their layouts. And you would think, gosh, well, duh, everybody who attended has the same layout, but you really don't. You really end up having a variety of differences. And this one, because the distress ink is so different on each one, like I went very heavy using the red and pink background. Some people just did the little tiny strip of it. Anyway, it was interesting to see the differences with that. Okay, this is the next 2-page layout. Christmas cheer. It has snowflakes all down the side. You can see that it's stenciled, stamped, die cuts, stickers. I mean, seriously, all kinds of techniques. And it was really fun. And I know that snow isn't something that everybody automatically associates with Christmas, but in my mind it is, because snow has always been a factor since my relatives live all over the place and we have trouble getting everybody together. So that's one reason why it's cool to get these pictures of all the cousins or whatever. The thing I added to this to make it my own, I had been playing around with the stamp set and I stamped it in the flamingo ink, and I really liked how that looked in pink, and I added it on it just felt like it needed something there, and so it's not a snowflake, but I liked how it turned out. And since the title was that color, it worked out perfectly. So you can see these layouts are going to be all over the place in my albums. They're not going to be stacked on top of each other. So I have some in the 70s, some in the 80s, some current, like this one. We went to Disney in November of 2018, and so I have been working on Christmassy Disney pictures now for a little while, and I had the ones of the parade left, which I thought was kind of fun. So you can see here, this is the circle of the stencil, let me see, that we used as a guide, and then stamped, put wood stars, stickers. Oh yeah, we got these gold embellishments. That was another thing we got. And the way this was set up originally was there was a picture here and this little thing here, and that's all that was going to be there without this flip flap. But it's just so small, and I wanted this picture of Santa Claus in the middle of the Believe in Holiday Magic, and this is part of our Christmas Disney parade. So you can see I added flip flaps to this one as well. And I didn't obviously put all the pictures of the parade in here, but I put the ones that really showed off the Christmassy part of it the most. And I love how we did the embellishments in sort of an S shape. So I tried to put my picture so that you could still see the embellishments at the top and the bottom. I just thought that was really neat. I wasn't crazy about the dark green and the dark red with the teal. I don't know about that, but now that it's done, I love it. And my next step is to I have this little stamp of little Mickey heads, and I'm going to put a few little hidden Mickeys in this page right here. Okay, last one. Are you ready? Huh. Oh, that's so funny. Denise. Hi, everybody, if I'm still on. They probably kick you out of the office. All right, so this is the last 2-page spread I'm going to show you. This is page 2, and this is page 1. And, you know, there have been some people on this in this group who were not crazy about this page, and I was so surprised because this is truly one of my favorites. I love how the red and the black and the trees turned out. The trees were I don't enjoy necessarily making these trees like she was making them, but they turned out so cute, but they are thick. And all the time I was making this, Denise, I kept thinking about you putting the Grinch popping out behind these trees or something. I just thought it was funny. Anyway, so these are Epcot pictures for me. I did go ahead and add a flip flap so that I could add a few more pictures of France. So these are my pictures of Epcot, France at Christmas time. The only way I'm going to see France at Christmas time is through Epcot. But I think these did turn out really nice. And I was able to kind of tell the story about running into Santa Claus. And again, these are not close to my heart, but could have been. I just am lazy. I didn't grab my close to my heart ones. So that is all of my layouts for the album retreat. So the album retreats, there's going to be 4 of them in 2021. And my thought is, of course I'm doing them. I am doing them. This is the most scrapbooking I've been able to get done for so long that I can't even believe how much I've accomplished. Look at some of these pictures are so old, and I finally got them into books, and I even made something that I love well good enough to hang on my walls. So $250 is a lot. I agree. If you're a VIP though, you get an additional 15% credit. That's enough to get you an album, and then I will also give you like a hostess bonus, and you'll get half off items with that. And oh my gosh, I promise I'll make it worth your while if you want to try one out. It's so awesome. And I kept thinking, gosh, if I was going to sell this album to somebody, how much would I charge them? Because each page is truly a work of love. And look how many pages there are. I feel like $250 is like a bonus or something. I don't know. These are not like my normal pages where I just put them together. These are truly time consuming, stamping, stickers, die cutting, journaling. I mean, these are truly things that I would not do on just every single page. So I just want to make sure that you guys know how special these album retreats are. And I hope that you'll join one just to see what you think, if you're able to swing it. I realize it's a lot of money. Don't forget, this Saturday we're doing our books, and that will be Saturday at 9. That'll be like these kind of style books. And then if you want to get in on our perpetual calendar, you need to get those ordered. Thank you guys. Let me know when you want to see the new catalog, next week or the first week in November. See you later. Have a good afternoon.